Welcome to episode 3 of this illustration series. In this video we're going to be looking at how you take your scanned image and then you transfer it onto the PC. I use Illustrator, the vector illustration program, but you could use any other illustration program and software that you wish. It's entirely up to you, but you need to get your sketch imported into its own layer, and then within that layer you can then drop the opacity and lock the layer, and then you'll create a new layer above that to which you'll be doing your inking or line art. So this next video clip will show you how I scan my artwork, and we'll see how I then set it up in Adobe Illustrator for the digital process. So here's the original artwork. I will now place it inside the scanner. This is a very old school way of doing things. So here you can see the scan settings that I'm using, the colour format being black and white, the file type is a JPEG file, and the resolution is 600 dpi. I always use 600. There we go, you can see me resizing the scan area for the scanner, and then hit scan and then let the machine do its thing. Now in Illustrator what I do is I set up a new canvas or artboard, and I go for the standard 1280 by 1024. This is like a web format. So I select this option, or you can type it in on the right hand side. So you can see that the 1280, 1024, one artboard, RGB, screen 72 ppi, and then create your new artboard. This is the standard that I use. So once your artboard is opened, I go down to the layers panel and I click into the name, rename it scan, and this is where I will put my scanned image. So this layer is where I set up the initial scanned image for tracing. So then I go to place, which is Shift Control and P, and then navigate to your scan, punk rock snail, and if you just click once it will drop the artwork in. If you used to just grab the corner and move it, you can see it goes all to different sizes, so you hold down Shift to constrain the proportions. Now it's just a case of resizing the artwork. So I just rotate it and get it exactly how I want it on the page. As I said before, I think previous ones it's been slightly smaller, so I probably could have shrunk it down a bit more. But then once you've got your scan ready, what you do is you have to highlight the layer that you're on. So click the button on the end to select the layer, and then go up to the opacity box, type in 15% or 15 and then press enter, and you can see it reduces the opacity, and then lock that layer. That's the setup done now. Now click new layer, and on the new layer call it inking. This is where you'll do all your line work, so we don't need to lock this layer. So with the inking layer selected, we'll work on this layer for drawing over the sketch. So now if you click on the brush icon and then go to Window Brushes, this is where you'd set your pressure on your Wacom tablet. So you do a new brush and do a calligraphy brush, and the only thing you really need to change on here is give it a new title, and then go down to size and change it to 3, pressure on the drop down, and then variation of 3. So that's your new brush, it appears there. Select your colour, so I'm changing my colour to black, and then I'll demonstrate the pressure tip on the Wacom tablet. So you can see the harder you press, you can go from thin to thick. So there's 3 main sizes that I create. You can create your own library and put the 3 different sizes in there, so you can just open up your custom library, user defined library. So there's one that's 6 points with a 5-point variation, and then the other one is the smaller one, which is a 0.5 by 0.5 variation. As I say, the one that might have to use on this one might be like a 6-point brush. If you're enjoying this video series, please let me know, and I will continue to do more content in the future. As I say before, hopefully this video will help you create your own design process and workflow that you can use to create your own digital artwork and put it out there and show the world what you can do. Woo! Until next time, take care my friends. Woo! See ya!